All right, so let's go over this real quick. Just quick, simple, and easy. Marlins are in spring training mode right now. They're getting ready. First game's on Saturday. Everybody's getting there. Everybody's working out. Everybody's doing BP. And today, for the first time in I don't know how many years, Sixto Sanchez throws a live BP at a Marlins spring training, right? And in that BP, he supposedly throws 93 to 94 miles an hour, doesn't use any of his breaking stuff. He uses the changeup, uses his cutter, and uses his fastball. He gets a couple whiffs, even whiffs Luis Ariz, who's one of the hardest, hitters to strike out in the game on a high fastball. And all the Marlins hitters come back and say that it was nasty, that changeup's disgusting. And, he goes out and says that it's his best pitch and that it's never really left him. He's just trying to get the speed back in that fastball and get the, power behind it. That all sounds amazing, right? We're getting the player that we traded for in the JT Realmuto trade is finally getting healthy. He's definitely not who he was, but he's still coming across as nasty, still having breaking pitches on that changeup, still having a commanding fastball that gets Luis Ariz, who never misses contact, gets him to miss contact. So how do you respond to that? Apparently, according to a lot of people on Twitter, you respond to it with negativity and saying that, oh, who cares? He's not going to make the roster. Oh, who cares? He's overweight. It makes no sense that we shouldn't be sitting here cheering on Sixto Sanchez throughout this journey. I know it's frustrating. I know it's been so long. He hasn't pitched in a major league game since 2020 when we made the playoffs. He was our first playoff pitcher. It's been so long. I get it. And I get its frustration. But if there's anything that we should be doing, it should be cheering on this guy who we lost our catcher on to be successful. We've all written that trade off as a loss for us, but if Sixto comes back and even though he's a reliever, not a starter, if he becomes a great reliever, that's great. Who cares? I can't understand. I understand that you want him to be, you're like, oh, he should have a workout like Sandy and be skinny. He's never really been that skinny. He's always been kind of a bigger guy. Even when he was skinny, he was still the bigger side of skinny, But why are we not cheering him on? It makes no sense. You want the Marlins to have this guy because when he was there, he was electric. He was the next Pedro Martinez. And now we have the possibility of having him come back as a reliever. And all we're going to do is talk bad about him? You got to be better, Marlins fans. We got to be better. We got to cheer him on. We have to, root for him. Because if we don't, we lose the trade. Who's going to... I'm going to get on the tangent here, but if we, talk bad about every player on our team, who's going to want to sign here? Nobody. And it's so off topic, but it's you have this player who's trying so hard to get past this horrible injury that kept him out for 4 years, and you're not going to cheer him on? You're just going to talk bad about him? Nobody's going to want to come here, guys. Anyway, Sixto's back. We'll see how he does in spring training. We'll see if he makes the roster. If he doesn't, you can stash him on the IL for a little bit if you need to with a phantom injury or if he has a real one. Or he's released. That's kind of the options that we're at right now. He can make the roster, he can be hidden on the IL, or he's DFA'd and taken off the 40-man, But throughout all of this, guys, we have to be cheering him on. We have to be, obviously, one fan's voice isn't going to make a difference, but, guys, what are we doing here?